The war in Ukraine is forcing us to think again in terms of war and peace. I recall the famous book of that great Russian author, Leo Tolstoy. We had forgotten this in Europe. The European Union was built on the graves of tens of millions of dead on the continent. And until the day before yesterday, one could say peace is no longer a reason for the European Union to exist. After all, we have the eternal peace. But reality is now catching up with us. We thought that soft values always prevailed. We were wrong. The time of naivety is over. And the COVID crisis made us think again in terms of that other dilemma, life or death. But here the cause is an unnamed virus. Now it is about man-made evil. Last night I saw, and you saw, the images of powerless and weeping men and women fleeing from bombs and tanks. We imagine ourselves in 1939 when Nazi Germany invaded Poland and the beginning of the bloodiest of all wars. That will not happen now. But even today, all values are being turned upside down. We ourselves feel sad, angry, and powerless. Dear friends, the history of Ukraine is a tragic history. In the 30s, millions of Ukrainians died of starvation on Stalin's orders. That genocide was called the Holodomor. The Holodomor. I attended a moving commemoration in 2008 in Kiev. I'll never forget that. We would, for example, like to devote ourselves to climate change, which really threatens the human race. And now we see how people are killed or terrorized for a nostalgic nationalism. The worst of all nationalisms is the nostalgic one. Nationalism equals war. Former French President François Mitterrand said that. And we knew that nationalism equals war. What is happening now is avenging. And I have no sympathy for those who ask for understanding of the reasons for this derailment. The fruits of meditation are the same as the fruits of the Spirit that Paul speaks of in his letter to the Galatians. I'm quoting. But the fruit of the Spirit, he says, is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. This does not make us weaker. This does make us stronger. And especially stronger to stand up for human dignity. For the fact that every human being is inscribed in the palm of God's hands. Every human being counts. And the war means that every person is only 1 million divided by 1 million. That is also one. But it does not make the human being unique. And those responsible for the war should see the face of a dead person, a killed person, or a killed child. The epiphany of the human face would prevent them from plunging the world into madness. Today is a day of solidarity with the living, the victims of the war, even if they are still alive. And today, in a mysterious way, our thoughts and prayers must make them strong to be able to fulfill their own hopes. Hope is a verb. Only goodness can save the world. The good must continue to believe in it, not passively, but actively. And as Lawrence said, meditation is not a free exercise. It is not a purely private matter. The other centeredness to which meditation brings us closer is something concrete. Faith without the works is dead. Ethics is not a feeling, but a behavior. And contemplation leads to compassion, to suffer together. Leads us to one heart, one mind, especially with the weak, today the victims of war. Contemplation leads to cooperation, to work together, to solidarity in practice. It's a three-step leap: meditation, compassion, action. Meditation, I repeat it, makes us stronger, not weaker. Makes us stronger for ourselves, not for ourselves, but for others. That's my meditation for today.